Welcome back to the OK Carpenter channel, everybody. Today we're going to discuss these two frames I have behind me. We're going to start with this one. This is I think it was a 1985 two-door, two-wheel drive Blazer S10. This one is my 1992 S10 two-door short wheelbase, two-wheel drive pickup truck. I'm going to take my S10 body that I have over there, and I'm gonna put it on this frame because I want that 7-inch shorter wheelbase. But this is not gonna be a direct swap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from the back when I got both frames side by side, and we're gonna walk our way forward, and we're gonna discuss the differences in the frames and what I'm gonna have to do. Obviously, I've already swapped the motor over to make sure everything's gonna work with my motor mounts and all that, but we gotta discuss that too. So let's start from the back, work our way forward. So we got the Blazer frame on the right, S10 frame on the left. Now this is a Blazer bumper that I have barely attached to the S10 frame. So let's talk about that first. So the Blazer bumper, this is an original Blazer bracket, but there's another one that goes inside the frame and comes out and tucks into this. But because the body is so much further past the frame on the pickup truck, I couldn't use it. So I just made it work. And then on the Blazer, since the body pretty much stops right here, that bracket goes inside as well and directly attaches. So that's the first difference. Obviously the second one is from the factory, the gas tank is designed to go here. And since the gas tank is here, this frame rail is different. So on the pickup, it kind of ducks down and then flattens out the whole way right there. Well, this one stays up high, and I believe that's so the exhaust can come through. I wonder if I can get them in the same shot. Maybe you can see the difference. And because the gas tank's not supposed to be here, there's a bar that runs across that holds your spare tire for the pickup truck, which obviously I cut out so I can get the gas tank in. Shock mounts are different. This one sits pretty flat so it doesn't poke up through the bottom of the bed. And they just said, well, we don't want to do that over here, so it sticks way up. Frame support, I guess, is what that would be on this one. Since it doesn't hold a gas tank, it's shaped completely different. And this one's pretty flat, one to go into the bed, and two because the gas tank goes right there. Frame dips in, so the leaf spring mounts to the outside, whereas the S10 pickup just goes straight. You have an extra body mount for the bed, and then the mounts, I can get them both in here. This is the back of the cab, and then this one swoops up to be the front mount for the bed. So I got to make that over here, and I got to put like a 3-inch spacer on the back of this to make this one work. Oh man, let's take a knee here, and you can see why. This is level with the frame, and this is not level with the frame. Now after that, the frame goes up about 2 inches. So this is about 7 inches, and this is only 5. And I believe that's because, you know, there's a gap in between the bed and the cab, and it can flex, but this can't because it's a solid body. The spots where the transmission cross member meet up are different on the S10 and Blazer. Driver side's the same, the passenger side's different. So driver side and the passenger side mirrors the driver side on the Blazer frame. Okay, so moving forward, since this is lower, it's got a little bit more of an exaggerated jump than this side does. But what you will notice is this has got a little notch in it for your exhaust to come down if you got a V6 and whatnot, and the Blazer frame does not. So I believe I will be fine on this side, but I will not be fine on this side. So I'm gonna have to cut this and mold it like the S10 frame. One other big difference is the motor mounts. So these are the same motor mounts I had on the S10, But you'll notice it's got this plate, so it lifts the motor way higher than on the S10. With the S10, you know, we're a good 2 inches right here, and the S10 was touching so bad I almost had me a bad day. I didn't even notice that. And then, you know, the motor mounts just bolt directly to the frame over here. All right, steadily moving forward. I wonder if I can kind of catch it from the side. If you can see the difference in that one and how it dips down, and then how this one goes somewhat flat. So the body on the Blazer sits higher than the S10. So I'm gonna have to do some adjustments. Maybe cutting some of these and lowering them down about 1 inch so that they do a little bit better, but we'll figure it out. That's all your major differences. All right, we got one more reason why I want to do this body swap to a Blazer frame, and it's the most important reason outside of, I believe that frame's going to be stiffer and maybe a little bit heavier, which is always good to have low because I'm still short maybe 30-40 pounds on my weight to make class. Is, you see these front tires are lined up. This is the 7 inches shorter wheelbase. Now that 7 inches supposedly cuts 3 feet off of the turning radius. So in theory, it should be easier to go left and right like them stupid Miatas do. Not looking forward to the fact that the front half of the bed I gotta take 7.5 inches out of, and then the back of the bed I gotta take 3.5 inches out of. So 11 inches. It'll be a 5-foot bed basically when I'm done. Now y'all know my sticker says Blue Bug. I guess I'm gonna have to call it the Blue Stub or something. I don't know. Throw a nickname down in the comments if y'all come up with something.